Hey friends, we are back to reading The One and Only Bob. It is nighttime for me, and this is my favorite blanket. And so I just thought we could kind of hang out as friends and just be in our cozy spot. So if you have a cozy spot in your room, go find that cozy spot. I'm going to find what page we left off on. I even have my cozy bun in my hair. This is my nighttime bun. I don't know what happens with these side pieces, but I just let them be themselves because they're trying their best. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We left off with Bob talking to, I believe it was an anteater or some animal of the sort, and he was basically just saying, what happened? Are we okay? Where is everybody? And kind of just realizing that he has a very big job to do in terms of seeing where everyone is and figuring out if everyone's okay. So we're going to be reading today. We're on page 156. We're going to see ultimately what happens. We basically decided that we're at the climax of our story. We've been waiting for this tornado, this hurricane for a really long time now. It finally came. He got picked up by an actual tornado, which is wild and scary. So we're going to see what happened to the zoo and, if everything's okay. Baby sloth. I say goodbye to the penguins. Okay, they were penguins. My bad. And continue on my way. So much has simply vanished. Walls, fences, barriers, netting. The orderly world of the park, with its careful lines defining territory, isn't so defined anymore. Many of the habitats are still entirely intact, but not all. What will this place be without fences and walls? That is a wonderful question. What do you think this place would be? All these animals that are meant to be in the wild, what do you think it would be without walls and barriers? I will not give you the answer to that one. I'm hoping that you know what I'm getting at. You didn't need to watch the Nature Channel to know that certain animals like to eat other animals. I passed 2 squirrel monkeys swinging happily from the children's carousel. A pelican watches from her perch on the popcorn stand. It's a strange sight. I see a camel and a zebra together, looking stunned to be standing side by side. I notice a red lemur, Merlin, on a picnic table. Lemur eyes are always big, if you ask me, but Merlin's eyes look like they're about to pop right out of his head. I make my way through splintered wood and glass shards and approach the gift shop. It's roofless. Stuffed toy animals are scattered here and there like they tried to make a break for it. And I Love Koalas t-shirt dangles from a tree branch. Around the corner, I see a baby sloth. Sylvia, I think her name is. She's resting on a muddy plush giraffe. Hey there, I say. She makes a tiny noise, a sloth sob, I guess, so Sylvia is crying at this point. Let's find your mom and dad. I'm not one for hugging and licking and such, but I give her a little nudge with my nose. Sylvia somehow manages to grab the giraffe, then looks up at me like she expects to hitch a ride. How the heck do you pick up a baby sloth? It's not exactly part of my job description. And sloths are so, slothy. Carefully, I pick her up by her scruff, the way you do with a puppy. She puts that silly toy in her mouth, and off we go. I'm going to make sure you see how cute this sloth is. Cute, right? Bob's being like a dad a little bit, a little dad figure. Takes a few minutes, but I find her mom, Selma. I deposit Sylvia on a patch of wet grass. How can I thank you? Selma cries. No biggie, I say, and I head on, with fear in my belly and the odd taste of sloth fur in my mouth. I've ridden around the grounds of the park in Julia's backpack enough to know every inch of this place. I've even chatted with many of the residents. But now everything is topsy-turvy. So topsy-turvy just means that it's like upside down. He doesn't really know his way around. I keep finding myself in places I don't want to be, like the wolf exhibit. Near the entrance, a sign lies crushed on the ground. It has a picture of a gray wolf with an arrow pointing one way, and another arrow with an emperor penguin on it. Max just got up. So now we know there was damage in the wolf sanctuary. To my right, I see a piece of hay stuck deep in a tree, trunk like a pencil in a cupcake. To my left, water gushes from a pathside ditch, a broken pipe. The boiling sky has settled into a solid blanket. Max, come here. Come. You want to come here? Come here. Come here. I'll pet you. You're okay. Max is a little scared. I think he heard thunder. To my left, water gushes from a path-side ditch, a broken pipe. The boiling sky has settled into a solid blanket of gray, and the rain's quieted to a steady drizzle. Still, I smell more bad weather menacing in the distance. You're being very rude, Max, but I will let you out. He wants to get out. Please excuse me, friends. I will be right back. You too, Sleepy. It's just so hard being a fur mom. Okay, sorry everybody. Still I smell more bad weather menacing in the distance. So basically Bob is saying that even though the tornado has come and left and the hurricane has come and left, he's still having this sense that bad weather is gonna still be coming. Tossed into a bush is a large informational display with a photo of 2 gray wolves. I don't see any fence or barrier or intact wall, and it dawns on me that grumpy wolves and tiny dogs might not make the best of pals, especially under these trying circumstances. Just as I start to leave, a wolf on the sign seems to move, to blink. Oh, he isn't part of the sign. He's next to the sign. It's Kim Yu. Hey, I say. No answer. Something tells me I should hightail it out of here. Something else is saying, make no sudden moves. I hate it when my brain disagrees with itself. Me too. I split the difference, crouching meekly, meaning like, meekly is a great word for just like weakly and just like no confrontation at all. Doing the whole submissive dog thing, Kim Yu locks his gaze on me. I try not to make direct eye contact. A lot of animals find that threatening. But his eyes are mesmerizing, glowing amber, and way too smart. He moves again. Two paws appear. Oh boy. Big paws. Nothing like my feeble, shrimpy feet. These paws are the size of hamburger buns. Hamburger buns with lethal claws attached. I wait for him to launch into his pounce. Maybe if I time my escape just right? Yeah, sure. In a battle of Chihuahua mutt versus wolf, even I wouldn't bet on the dog. Did they break your neck before they eat you? That only seems fair. My heart's doing this crazy tap dance in my chest, and I wonder if he can hear it. I sneak a peek at him. Strangely, he just keeps staring at me. Quickly, I avert my gaze. Those eyes. Those chilling, dangerous eyes. It's me. Bob, I say. Kimmy says nothing. He's panting hard. Maybe he's disoriented. Maybe even hurt. I try to speak again. My voice seems to be hiding somewhere deep in my throat. Another try. Kimmy? He blinks. Are you all right? No response. Anyone else hurt? I ask. This time he seems to hear me. I don't know. His voice is a low whisper. Can I help? I ask, really hoping the answer is no. Suzu. I can't find her. All right then, I say, I'll take a look. I poke around a bit, careful not to get too close to Kimyu. A sour smell pours off him like sweat off a human. I don't see her, I say after a few minutes, but I'm sure she's fine, just a little shook up probably, hiding somewhere. He doesn't answer. I should go. I'm looking for some friends, I say. Is there anything else I could do? He looks up at the ominous sky as if there's an answer waiting there. I don't know, he says. I don't know. I don't know. And so we're going to stop there. Next section is titled Gorilla World. So we may be bumping into Ivan on Tuesday. But I do want to continue with that question from the beginning of our reading. When you're in a zoo and now all of these barriers and walls and fences are gone, what truly happens to that zoo or that sanctuary? Is it still a zoo or sanctuary, or does it turn into something else? It's a very it's a simple question if you think of it literally. Like, I think Evan is a very literal person. I think Chisholm will get it. I think Megan will get it. But people like me and Leah, I think that we can make it really poetic if we wanted to. But I don't want you to get poetic. It's really just asking the question of, if all of those barriers are gone and all of those gorilla worlds and wolf worlds and, penguin exhibits go away, what happens to this place? Make sure you leave a comment on our Flipgrid. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Bye.